Hi, I'm Ali and a warm welcome to the Ceramic Repair Studio. So in today's video I thought I would share with you how I'm going to fix the top of this vase here with some Milliput, and I also have another one, not quite a twin but very similar, and as you can see on the base it's just missing a little bit piece here. Now what I'm going to do today, we're going to use two different colours of Milliput. So for instance with this one here we're going to use the Superfine white to really help just fill it in, and on the larger vase here we're going to use a black of the Milliput. So I thought I'd just demonstrate how I would actually fix a chip or a small piece which is missing, and then in the next video we'll do some sanding and painting. So let's get going. So what you will need is a small cup of water, and I've also got an implement here with a flat edge, I don't know if you can see that there, just so we can apply the Milliput onto our item afterwards. If you don't have anything like this, you could probably use something like a cocktail stick or a very small palette knife. Now the Milliput I've got here is the Superfine white, as I've said before, and also the black. So what we'll do, let's start on the smaller piece first. So our piece here, which is missing just a little bit here, so I'm just going to just fill this in a little bit. These are quite rustic pieces, so we don't need to be sort of too precise. Now the Milliput comes in two sections here, and there's slightly different colours in the packets, so you want to make sure that you've got so you've actually got equal quantities of your Milliput. Otherwise, if you don't actually have equal quantities, it will actually not set. So we're just going to take a little bit out of the packet, and I like to roll it up in a ball, so then it's easier to see when we roll the other piece from the other packet if it's roughly the same size. Also make sure you put the packet back together quite quickly, you don't want anything to be drying out too fast. And then we have our other packets here, so taking that, to take our blue packets here, take a piece here, and you just want to roll that out as well, and then we can see and compare if they're the same size. I think this one's slightly larger, so I'll just take a little piece away from there. Re-roll. When you're fairly happy with the fact that it's roughly the same size, we can mix it together. Now, because they're two slightly different colours, it's easy to see when they're combined. And so you just want to really combine it with the fingers. This will take a couple of minutes. First of all, I don't know if you can see here, it starts out almost in a sort of marbly kind of effect, so you know it's not combined at that point. And you just want to keep moving it in the fingers until it's nice and soft, and it almost feels like blue tack. If you have any products you've been using apart from Milliput, please put a comment in the description box down below. It's always quite interesting to see what other people are using as well. Right, so that's nice and combined now. You can see there's no marbling effect, it's all the same colour. So what we're going to do, we're going to place our item, take our item here, and you don't need too much. And you want to make it roughly the same kind of shape. So again, it's just trial and error. And to be honest, if you do apply some Milliput and it dries and you've missed a piece, you can always go back to it. And then you just want to just very gently apply onto the area. Now you want it to slightly protrude out, so then when it comes to sanding, you're going to have a nice flat edge. You don't want it to be completely flush, but obviously you don't want it to be too much, otherwise you're going to give yourself a lot of hard work when it comes to the sanding area. Now you don't need any glue with this, it's self-adhesive, although I do tend to use glue if it's a larger piece. So just put that there, and then I like to take, as I say, not necessary, but I like to take my little implement here and just come across Blend that in more. And going over. Now at this point, if you like, you can take your implement, or you could use your finger and dip it into the water and just very gently smooth it out. One thing I will say is once you have smoothed it out with water, don't then apply again with the Milliput because it doesn't tend to stick and adhere then. So once we've done that, we just take a piece of kitchen roll, which I always have, and you can always wipe any surplus along. Now I'm going to leave this to dry for about 24 hours and then we can come back and sand and just do some painting. So let's just show you the other colour here. So this is a very different one. This is the Milliput Black. So we're going to take the Milliputs here, and again it's the same process. So I'll just take them both out. As you can see, they're both different colour plastic wrappings. And again, you just really need a little bit here. It's not too much. So just taking one little bit, again, making sure it's nice and wrapped up. Make it into a ball. And then we'll just take the other package here. You see it's a slightly different colour. Obviously it's two different colours, so you'll know when it's combined because it will all be the same colour. And again, this will take around 2 minutes just to combine it together. Now Milliput does come in lots of other colours as well, and I always keep little discs. I just want to show you here if I have any surplus. So for instance, we have, while I'm mixing this, we have a sort of terracotta, we have a turquoise blue, this one which I think I've mixed with a couple of different colours, it's sort of more of a yellowy colour, and then I have a colour which is quite a sort of grey blue, which is great for Chinese work. So it's always good to keep the discs because you can see the colours when they're dry if you have any surplus left over. So I can see this is now combined. As you can see, there's no other different colours to it. And again, we're going to do the same thing as we did with the Superfine white. We're going to take our item. Now, obviously, I always make a little bit too much, so you just need to take a little bit off to roughly the size. And if you can just make it roughly the same shape as well here, and then just very gently apply and press down. Again, having it so that it's slightly protruding, but not too much. And if you have your implement, if you want to, you can sort of, particularly if it's more of a crack, you can really get in there with your implement or your cocktail stick. When you're happy with that, again, finger just dipped in a little bit of water, not necessary, but I quite like to do that because it does tend to smooth everything out a bit, and just blend it through. And there we go. And then this will take, again, I'm going to leave it for 24 hours with the other one, and in the next video we're going to do some sanding and we're going to filling in with some hand painting. So I hope you enjoyed today's video on how to fix and a chip, if you like, or a missing piece on a couple of vases. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing for more content, and a thumbs up really helps with the algorithm. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next one. Okay, bye.